If you are an agent, a manager, a casting director, talent roster, production house, or any other entity that works with voice talent, we want you to meet our very special guest today on the Undisputed Talent to Watch podcast. Hi, I'm your host, Crystal Lee, belly dancer, model, actor, and military veteran. Got a shout out to my Air Force brothers and sisters. And today, I would like to introduce our very special guest, Brian Buckley. Woohoo!
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Lots of claps. So, Brian, tell me about your VO journey, like everything.
Well, I mean, let's see. So this past week, voiceover is very, very, you don't know what you're going to expect. Like the last week, I did an About Me page About Me read for a logistics company in Georgia. I did a local car radio spot for a Toyota dealership here in Sacramento. Mm-hmm. And I helped a college kid on a project because his group member just ghosted him and he needed some audio for a video project that he was doing. So you never know where the road is going to lead you. I didn't think I'd be, helping some kid get his bachelor's degree with my voice this week, but it happened. So that's kind of, where you go sometimes. So, for me personally, I mean, I know a lot of guests have come on here and, you ask a lot of voiceover people too, like, how'd you get started? How did everything happen? I've never worked in radio. I've never done, any advertising, any marketing. I didn't go to school for that. I didn't work in any of this. Like, I had normal 9-to-5 job forever. And, the only creative thing I've ever done is maybe, I had a small podcast back in the day. People say you got a good voice, so that should be interesting, but it kind of took until COVID, honestly. I'm sitting there bored, staring at the wall, staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. And I'm like, I need to do something interesting, something more than, currently staring at the ceiling. So I just said, you know what? Let's go with what people have said, maybe a voice thing. I can do that. And I contacted someone here in Sacramento. They created a demo for me. I submitted it to freelance sites. And, just kind of took it from there and, did some audiobooks, and it's kind of where the world took me. I mean, it's an interesting journey. But yeah, that's never expected to be doing this, but I'm really happy. And, it takes you in many different avenues for sure.
Well, it sounds like you're super versatile. Is there any particular genre or genres in VO that you kind of like prefer or you kind of go towards?
It's a good question. I probably commercial explainer videos, e-learning, things of that nature. Like one of the more popular things that, I tell people I do voiceover and they're like, oh, wow, well, I've heard your video. And it's like, well, have you heard the, Mitsubishi dealership in, Topeka, Kansas? No, I haven't. Oh, well, you might hear it there. But one of the things where my voice is most prevalent is on like a tough guy voice, which I don't have. Mm-hmm. It's for a police body cam channel on YouTube that's quite popular. It has about 3 million subscribers. Mm-hmm. So it is strange. I have met people in public where I tell them the name of the station, the code blue cam, and they say, I know your voice. I get it sent to my email every time there's a new video. And I'm like, that is crazy. That still blows my mind that many people are getting a notification. I'm not delusional. They're not tuning in to hear me. They're seeing the video, but just the idea that my voice is attached to that is still shocking to me.
Yeah. And YouTube is such a huge media platform now. You remember before it was just like,
oh, absolutely,
the sitting on the toilet lady, and now it's like
yeah, so now it's like
different.
It's people's complete income, which is like extraordinary amounts of income. When before it was like, yeah, I remember I'd get home from work and I'd be like, I'm gonna watch that video where it's 8 minutes of people falling. I love that video. I watch that all day long, and now it's like, whoa, there's an entire catalog of anything you can think of on YouTube, and yeah, a lot of opportunities.
Yeah. Well, a lot of good media now, and yes. I'm going to have to check that out because, prior military, I'm always down to listen to some,
it's
my brothers and sisters. And
I had a good friend, actually, who I hadn't talked to in a while, and I told him about voiceover, and he's like, tell me something you've done. And I'm like, well, again, it's just this police body cam channel is probably the most popular one. He goes, oh, which one? I was like, Code Blue Cam. And he's like, I listen to that every day. That's you. And I was like, yeah, man. He's like, oh my God. So,
That's
and it's
awesome.
even shocking my own friend.
Well, very cool. Okay, so segueing
Yes.
into this, you've been working with Corey for how long have you been working with him?
I've been working with Corey on and off for years. I'd say probably, man, I don't know, 2022, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, I mean, Corey, so like I said, I submitted my demo to like freelance sites and I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, well, this is working out well, but I kind of want more. And what happens if those freelance sites just went out of business the next day? Like, what would
Hmm.
I do? Like, I don't know how to market anything. I'll talk to someone one on one. That's fine. But like
Hmm.
going out and trying to market myself, I'm terrible at. I suck. So I'm going all over YouTube, finding where I need to go. And I see LinkedIn's really important. So I get
Hmm.
on LinkedIn and I have no idea what I'm doing. My idea of what LinkedIn was always before was, I just imagined it being people in suits. They're talking, business jargon. And, I hate that. I hate it. So I obviously look up people that are associated with voiceover and start following Corey. And the one thing that I noticed about Corey is I cannot get away from him. Like he's always on the timeline saying something,
Hmm.
whether, I mean, again, this is way before I ever worked with him. I'm just like, this dude is everywhere. Like
Hmm.
I log on to LinkedIn, he's there. I scroll again, there's another post from him. So like he's there. And I reached out to him and, kind of broke down what exactly he does. And yeah, I mean, Corey also has an ability while working with him and before working with him. It's as if he's like specifically talking to you.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that in his example is before I was working with him, he's like, "Oh, it's Sunday. What are you doing? You're just sitting on the couch. You got a beer in your hand.
Scrolling.
You're watching football. You're scrolling on your phone. You're hoping that parlay hits. Is that how you're making your voiceover career better?" And I like put the phone down and I'm like, I have a beer in my hand. I'm sitting here watching this meaningless football game that I'm hoping the only reason it's technically not meaningless, I'm hoping my bet pays off. But I'm just like, wow, he is talking to me. Like that is incredible. Start working with him and Corey, he he gives it to you straight.
Hmm.
I can whine and say, oh, well, we were talking before about our children. And, he says, well, I said, I just don't have time. I don't know if I can do this. And he's just like, we find time, like you come up with non-negotiables. You
Hmm.
go get it. Um, and, that's, he creates that system of retraining your brain to
Hmm.
do the things you need to do because that person that you're going to reach out to, that person that you're potentially going to work with, you're not going to hit them up. You're not going to actually form that relationship if you don't have the time or
Hmm.
you don't do the non-negotiables. So I think he's trained me to think better.
Hmm.
And I'm a human being. I still need I still need that kick in the ass from him sometimes. Honestly, even if it's not directly to me, if it's just a post, I see it and I'm like, come on, Brian, get with it. Like, stop. Woe is me train. It's crap.
Hmm.
Um, but he has also given me the ultimate confidence to like
Hmm.
reach out to people. Like before, I'd maybe like send an email to someone. I'm like, oh, well, they didn't respond. I guess I'll never work with them again. It's just he's like, no, you reach out again, and you
Hmm.
write, and you find out a system of how you're going to reach out to them, what you're going to say, what you're going to offer to them.
Hmm.
And I always tell people this one story using Corey's system of, you know what? I contacted someone, they didn't respond. I contacted them again. They didn't respond. A few months later, I contacted them. They didn't respond. So I guess that leads dead, right? Well, about 6 months after that, someone contacted me to do a job that I still do with them for a supermarket chain in Arizona.
Hmm.
And I said, where did you get my info? Like, did you just get it from like Google? And the guy said, no, I got it from my wife. She forwarded me the information for you. And I was like, who's your wife? His wife was the individual I was reaching out to over and over and over again, who never
Hmm.
even made contact with me. So I
Hmm.
always tell that story because that's like the dedication of what Corey says. Like, it's not all about that moment. It's
Yeah.
about planting seeds and like getting to where you want to be. Because, like some seeds are going to sprout really quick. Some may never sprout and some sprout really fast. It's
Hmm.
all different varying levels. So, like, I think my wife sometimes is tired of hearing me say, you know what, Corey actually says this about that. And she's just like, yeah, I don't get it. Is he like your life coach for everything? And I'm like, maybe not life coach for everything, but I mean, he certainly has changed, like, again, rewired my brain to do
Hmm.
things a certain way to have a system to get what you want to get.
Yep. Yeah, I love that consistency, the kick in the ass, because we
Hmm.
definitely all need it. And, with everything, to expect rewards. And every single person that I've interviewed always rewards.
Right. No, and I totally understand that. I mean, he will hold your hand. He will excuse me, let me rephrase that. He will not hold your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he will help you out. He
Hmm.
will point you in the right direction, but he's not going to hold your hand doing it.
Yeah.
He's going to tell you, "Hey, I want you to do this. You
Hmm.
need to go this route." But if you're going to go, I don't know, can you make it better? Like he ain't going to do that. He's going to call you out on your crap.
Yep.
So there is an avenue that Corey, puts you on, and I think it really sets you up for success. I mean, again, there are so many jobs that I've gotten using just simple Corey stuff. Like
Hmm.
just simple stuff that like so many of the calls that I've had with Corey, and I'm not minimizing his system when I say this, but
Mm-mm.
he'll tell me something, you got to do it that way. And I'm like, wow, you're right. That's like such a simple way of looking at it that like I never thought about it that way.
Hmm.
I mean, I've never seen a man so organized about anything in my entire life. That man, when he says he's going to call somebody at a
Hmm.
certain time, I look at my phone, and as soon as it goes from like 2:59 to 3, the phone is ringing from him.
Yep.
I've never seen anyone do that before. Like his consistency, it's incredible.
Yes, prior military. I love working. That's one
Yeah,
of the
I'm
things
sure,
I
right?
loved working with him on. Okay, well, we are at the time in the
Yes.
program for you, sir, to go on display. So, do you have anything for us?
Yes, I do. I have a little, just, I figured, we're talking about styles and everything, and
Hmm.
just a commercial. This is no specific commercial, but I was looking for something that's just kind of a more heartfelt commercial to
Okay.
read through. I mean, it's not for any brand, but I'll give it a shot here, right?
Okay.
There's a moment right before everything changes. It's not loud. It doesn't ask for attention, but it's there, waiting. And when you lean into it, trust it, that's when things start to move. Because progress isn't about giant leaps. It's about showing up again and again until one day, what felt impossible just feels like you. There we
Yay!
go. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for basically sharing your journey with us and, telling us about how Corey has helped you on your VO journey. Is there a place where the audience can find you?
Absolutely. And thank you for having me as well.
Oh.
My website is Brian, Brian, Buckley, Buckley, voice.com. And on Instagram, you can find me at Brian Buckley VO. And yeah, I'm also on LinkedIn, Brian Buckley. I mean, those are the main places, probably on
Hmm.
some other social media, but those are the most consistent places you can find me for voiceover.
Awesome. And before you leave, can I get a fist bump? Because you were amazing, sir.
Woo!
Well, thank you so much for being on this episode of the Undisputed Talent to Watch podcast. And we'll see you next time. Bye.